Welcome to the student tutorial video for SPIN. This video will take a student view of SPIN. It will include how to access your SPIN account, an overview of resources for students, as well as how to progress through a SPIN investigation. When a student is first added to SPIN by their teacher, they will receive an email with a temporary password. They will need to follow the link to SPIN and will be prompted to create a new password. Once this is done, the student can then access their account. Once in SPIN, a student can personalize their account by clicking on the icon next to their name in the upper right corner and then clicking Profile. Here they can upload a photo of themselves or change their name and then click Save. Once a student is done personalizing, they can click on the word dashboard here to return to their dashboard. The dashboard is where students can access all of the investigations that they have been assigned, as well as see the progress that they are making. So you can see here in Chemistry 1, this lab, the student is nearly complete because the progress bar is nearly full. And then in this example of Class 2, you can see that the progress bar is completely full, meaning that the lab is complete. All right, let's take a look inside one of these labs. I'm going to select Impact Craters. Once a student opens their lab, they're going to see 7 tabs across the top, as well as a Submit tab. Now, when a student first begins the lab, only this first tab will be highlighted. As students work through the lab, the tabs will become highlighted until eventually all the tabs are open. Once a tab has been completed, students are always able to move backwards. Couple important things to note. At the top of your page, you will see the name of the lab as well as the research question. And on the far left, you have the options to explore a glossary, where your teacher may have added some key terms and definitions. This is also where you will find the messaging hub or the chat. This may or may not be turned on for your class. That'll be up to the teacher. And then notes. The notes will be available once you've actually submitted the lab and the teacher has provided feedback. So the idea is that you have many opportunities to submit the lab and get feedback, and the teacher will add notes here and give it back to you so that you can make adjustments. Now let's take a quick look at each of the tabs. Intro is where students will access important information about the lab, as well as background information and other resources they may need. There will be times that students actually have to respond to questions in this tab as well, though they don't in this example. Once this tab is complete, they can move on to the next tab, Create. On each tab, there will be a few resources to note throughout the lesson. First are the spark prompts. These appear as small flames, and when you hover your cursor over them, these flames provide specific tactics or strategies that the teacher has identified would be helpful for that particular question or task. For example, in this lab, the teacher has suggested that you sketch or play around to help you with this question. And then on this one, they suggested that you ask yourself some of the following questions and then review your materials. SPARK stands for sketch, play around, ask questions, automate, review, and collaborate. So if you get stuck or need a little more support, check your Spark prompts that your teachers provided for you. Another great resource if you're feeling a little stuck is to use the I'm Stuck button in the right corner of every page. When you click this button, it opens the chat and sends a direct message to your teacher saying, I'm stuck. You can always follow this up with a more specific message or a screenshot of where you're actually stuck in the lab, but it's a quick and easy way to send a message to your teacher. In addition, if you've been placed in a group, you can also direct message just the members of your group by clicking on this chat, and you can, of course, always send a direct message to your teacher. The other resource that you have on every page are some computational thinking practices that you can try to apply for the different pages. So on this page for create, decomposition, which is breaking down the phenomena, algorithmic thinking, or finding an efficient and effective way to measure, and abstraction, streamlining and prioritizing the variables, have been highlighted. So the teacher who designed this lab really wants these computational thinking skills to be applied during this part of the investigation. Now let's take a look at the create page itself. This page, as well as the 4 other data practice pages, are presented in a two-sided format. The left side of the notebook displays instructions and questions, while the right side of the notebook displays data practice workspaces. So for example, on the create page, there is the whiteboard here at the top where you can draw or copy picture, label scientific phenomena, as well as a table where you can input variables for data collection. So to be able to move on to the next page, you have to make sure that you have completed everything on this page and that you've input variables for your data collection, because whatever you input here is going to automatically be transferred to your collect page. So the overall goal of the Create tab is to identify your variables for the investigation and input those variables that are relevant to your research question into your data table here. The next data practice tab is Collect. It looks very similar to Create. The right side of the Collect page displays a data table with the variables that you identified in the Create tab appearing here. On the left side, there's going to be guiding questions about data collection so that students can monitor the quality of their data collection. So this is where you'll actually input the data you collect. Spin does have an option, if you click in the upper right corner on these 3 dots, to upload a CSV file or download your data here in the form of a CSV file. The main goal of the Collect tab is to accurately gather and record your data. Once data is collected, students are free to move on to the Prepare page, where the goal is to become familiar with, clean, and prepare data for analysis. On the right side of the page, students have access to tools to automate data preparation, such as box and whisker plots to identify outliers and quartiles, central tendency and variance information as appropriate. Students record this information as responses to teacher questions on the left side of the page. Once the students respond to all of the questions on the Prepare page, Spin allows students to open the Visualize and Analyze pages at the same time, as students may want to toggle back and forth between the two. The left side of both pages are dedicated to teacher questions and student responses, and again, the right side of the pages are working spaces for the data practices. The Visualize working space features a graph choice flowchart in the form of a drop-down menu, which guides students to select an appropriate graph format based on their responses. The Analyze page enables students to perform statistical tests such as ANOVA, post-hoc tests, linear regression, and other tests that are commonly used in high school settings. Visualizing is about displaying your data using graphs and charts to communicate findings, while the goal of analyzing is ultimately to be able to draw conclusions and make claims. Once you're done with Analyze, it's time for Submit. This is where you can take a final look at all of your work and check for clarity. This page is auto-populated from what was collected from all of the other pages as a final investigation report, and it includes a notes section for you to write comments, observations, or other notes to your teacher. Once you click Submit, the investigation will be locked until your teacher provides feedback. If there are any changes your teacher wants you to make, you'll see that the lab has been reopened and you have a note from your teacher, which you can see here on the far left side. From here, you can exit out by clicking on Dashboard. You can either choose to enter into another lab, or you can select Log Out and it'll log you out. Thanks for watching this tutorial.